Here you go. Great start. The following is a live presentation of Retro Sports Network, home of the champions of the past, present, and or future. Good morning, afternoon, evening. My name is Ron Chuckett. Welcome to the program for this 18th day of April 2024. And first and second place in the National League West go at it this afternoon from Riverfront Stadium as we replay the games of Friday, June 24th, 1988. The Reds have a 3.5 game lead. The Dodgers, the last time we had them on, had a doubleheader swept by the San Diego Padres, and they had lost 8 of 10 or whatever it was. Since then, since their embarrassing doubleheader sweep, they haven't lost. They've won 6 straight. And the Reds, they played okay, but they haven't won 6 straight, and so what was a 7.5 game lead has turned into a 3.5 game lead for the Reds. The Dodgers have woken up to play this weekend in Cincinnati. It's a big, big series. The Dodgers, will go with Earl Hershiser today. His win-loss record ain't all that great. He's 6-5, but his earned run average is 307. The Reds will counter with Ron Robinson, who is 4-1 with a 3.5 ERA, which is almost 0.6 better than it was in real life as I look down at the numbers. So the Reds are 42-28. This is game number 70 for them. The Dodgers are also playing game 70 as well at 38-31. So are we going to get a crazy finish like we did yesterday? I mean, the New York Mets have got to be reeling after what the Pittsburgh Pirates did to them, right? So there you go. Ron Robinson versus Oral Hershiser from a steamy riverfront on a Friday night. Next! As Retro Sports Network presents Major League Replay 1988. Tonight, or today, from Riverfront Stadium in Cincinnati, Ohio, it's the Cincinnati Reds and the Los Angeles Dodgers. And today's game is brought to you by DigitalDice.com, the best darn podcast on the web for your sports simulation and replay needs. Find us today on Spotify, Spreaker, iTunes, or wherever else fine podcasts are listed. Good morning, Bernie. Good morning, Jeff. How are you? It is indeed Oral Hershiser and Ron Robinson on a steamy night here in Cincinnati. Robinson has got 2 more starts after this. He's making start number 14. He makes 16 on the year. 26 years old, fastball 87, and a ground ball pitcher. So won his last 3 decisions. Last pitched 6 days ago on the 18th against the Giants in a 7-0 win. 6 1/3, 90 pitches, 4 hits, and 2 strikeouts. So overall for Robinson, 66 2/3, 63 hits, 29 runs, 26 earned, a home run, 18 walks, and 44 strikeouts. And since his ERA ballooned in mid-May to 4.58, he has pitched very well. In fact, although he can't go deep into games, against the Cubs on May 30th, he didn't allow a run over 5 innings. So when you're hot, you're hot. And right now, Ron Robinson's a hot pitcher. This will be the lineup he'll face. Steve Sachs will lead off at second for the Dodgers. Franklin Stubbs at first will bat second. Kirk Gibson in the lineup today. He'll go third and play left field. Mike Marshall and right will clean up. John Shelby in center will bat fifth. Mike Scioscia behind the plate will go sixth. Jeff Hamilton at third will bat seventh. Dave Anderson at short. Big Dave, how are you? Will bat eighth, and Oral Hershiser will bat ninth for the Dodgers on the mound. Robinson can go 95, and on a good day, that probably gets him 6. Here's a lineup for the Reds. Dave Collins a 6 and an 8 and left. Eric Davis a 10 and a 2. Almost makes you want a Dr. Pepper. He's in center field. Paul O'Neill a 5 and a 7 in right. Chris Sabo a 7 at third. Barry Larkin a 7 at short. Jeff Treadway a 6 at second. Leon Durham a 6 at first. And that's not Fred McGriff. That is Terry McGriff. Wonder if there's any relation there. A 7 and a 5 behind the plate, and Robinson a 6 on the mound. Not a good fielder. 875 fielding percentage. Sack steps in on a airless night here in Cincinnati. 87 degrees. Not a breath of wind, so it's just hot and muggy. He's hitting 275, 2 homers, and 16 RBI. So everybody has their cold beverages in hand. Robinson starts the ball game. Ground ball to Treadway at second, over to Durham, and that's how this one starts. One out for Franklin Stubbs, a rare start for Franklin. 213, 4 homers, and 13 RBI. And there's a line drive, right center, base hit. Stubbs going for 2, and he's in there with his 4th double. So the Dodgers have an extra base hit for Kirk Gibson. And Robinson's numbers here are horrible. Gibson hitting .327, 16 homers, and 50 RBI. And he draws the walk. That's probably the best result you could have gotten if you're Cincinnati. However, it's a wild pitch on ball 4, and Stubbs moves on to third. So Robinson kind of feeling the yips here a bit. Runners on the corners. 1 out for Mike Marshall, hitting .270, 8 homers, and 45 RBI. Stubbs on third, and Gibson looked like he wanted to go. And the first pitch is inside, ball 1. Robinson throws to Durham, and Gibson is back. There goes Gibby. And they will let him have the stolen base. That's number 18 for Gibson. So 1 out, runners on second and third for Marshall, and a 1-ball, 1-strike count. Robinson takes a deep breath on this hot night and strikes him out. He got him a chase, so 1-2 fastball for strike 3, and that's huge. Because now you can't score on a ground ball, although the odds are heavily in John Shelby's favor, hitting .273, 3 homers, and 22 RBI. My goodness, that was a huge out. If he can get out of this unscathed, that would be amazing. Robinson from the stretch, ground ball right side, base hit. Stubbs is going to score. Gibson rounds third. O'Neill will try it. McGriff and Gibson's going to score. It bounces in front of McGriff to throw to second. Shelby is in there. So 2-0 Dodgers with 2 out. And that's the dream start for L.A. Hershiser, especially in '88, was a guy that you might be able to do. We'll give you 2, make it stand up. Socha, by the way, .218, 3 homers, and 27 RBI. Robinson in a funk. Base hit left field. Collins will cut it off. Shelby will round third. John's got good speed. Collins has a good arm. They're going to try it. The throw to the plate is not in time, and the Dodgers are up 3-0. So here's Jeff Hamilton hitting .223, 5 homers, and 20 RBI. So the Dodgers trying to send a message to the Reds that this is their division, and Cincinnati's just in the way. Pitch to Hamilton. Fly ball, right field. O'Neill will cut it off and make the catch, and that'll do it. But a huge inning for the Dodgers. They get 34 pitches out of Ron Robinson. 3 runs, 3 hits, and no errors. And you're giving Oral Hershiser a 3-run bulge. After half an inning, it's 3-0 L.A. So here's Oral Hershiser making his 15th start of the year. He's 30, fastball at 87, and a ground ball pitcher. Remember, this was the year that he broke Don Drysdale's record for most consecutive scoreless innings. But he's lost his last 3 decisions. His last win came against the Phillies on May 24th. He struck out a season-high 10. He pitched 8 innings against the Reds on June 4th and did not get a decision in a 3-2 loss. Against the Padres 5 days ago, the Dodgers won 4-3, but it was an extra inning game. Hershiser went 9, 121 pitches, 8 innings, 3 runs, all earned a homer, no walks, and 6 strikeouts. So overall for Hershiser, 111 and a third innings, 92 hits, 46 runs, 38 earned, 8 homers, 33 walks, and 68 strikeouts. Here's the Reds lineup for you. Barry Larkin leads off at short. Dave Collins, the ageless one, in left will bat second. Chris Sabo and his goggles at third will bat third. Eric Davis cleans up in center. Paul O'Neill in right will bat fifth. Leon Durham, who is over from the Cubs, is at first. He'll bat sixth. Jeff Treadway at second will bat seventh. Terry McGriff behind the plate, I'm assuming that's Fred's brother, will bat eighth. And Ron Robinson, who had a very rough first, will bat ninth. And Hershiser, again, he's got a rubber arm and can go the distance. Defensively for the Dodgers, Kirk Gibson a 5 and a 3 in left. John Shelby a 5 and a 5 in center. Mike Marshall a 2 and a 6 in right. Jeff Hamilton is a 4 at third. Dave Anderson an 8 at short. Steve Sachs a 4 at second. Franklin Stubbs a 5 at first. And Sosha a 9 and a 6 behind the plate. Hershiser, although he really doesn't need the help, is a very good fielder. He has a 10 range and a .939 fielding percentage. For Reds fans, if there's a silver lining in all this, is that you got 27 outs to get you 4 runs. But you're going to have to stop the Dodgers when they're batting. Larkin at .294, 6 homers, and 24 RBI. Hershiser from the wind, ground ball to short. Anderson's got it over to Stubbs, and there's one away. Here's Dave Collins hitting .280, no homers, 2 triples, and 5 RBI. You would think that on a hot night like this, that carpet in Cincinnati must smell so wonderful. Struck him out. Hershiser got him on a 1-2 fastball. 2 out for Sabo, hitting .269, 6 homers, and 37 RBI. I know it's tempting anytime you get a Pete Rose managed team to make the jokes about the gambling and stuff. But what about that Toronto Raptors player who's been banned for life from the NBA? He bet against his own team. Can you imagine that? What kind of insider information is that? Oh, you think you're going to win tonight? No. In fact, I'm going to bet on the Celtics instead of my own team. Sabo, ground ball to third. Hamilton's got it over to Stubbs. And that's a quick inning for Hershiser and company. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the second, 3-0 LA. So Anderson, Hershiser, and Sachs to face Robinson, who, again, had a terrible first inning. Dave at .248, no homers, and 6 RBI. So we know that the gambling isn't going to go anywhere, and it's just so easy. What do you guys think is the best solution to ensure that games remain fair? Pitch to Anderson. Struck him out. That's the second for Robinson. A full count fastball swung on and missed. 1 out. For Hershiser, hitting .139, he has 2 triples and 2 RBI. To first, Durham's got it. To the bag, 2 out. So 2 fast outs here in the second for Robinson, but his opening 9, 45 pitches, Inning and 2/3, 3 hits, a walk, and 2 strikeouts, and all 3 runs are earned. Steve Sax started the ballgame with an out. He's 0 for 1. Slow chopper over the mound. Larkin has it. Snap throw to Durham, and Sax is retired. So Robinson gets the sign in order. No runs, no hits, and no errors. We go to the bottom of the second here at Riverfront. It's the Dodgers 3, the Reds nothing. So Davis, O'Neill, and Durham to face Hershiser here in the second. Eric hitting .309, 10 homers and 51 RBI. Pitch to Eric. Ball 4, so the Reds have their first base runner, and Eric has good speed. So the 3-1 fastball missed upstairs. Brings up Paul O'Neill. Paulie at .247, 7 homers and 31 RBI. Hershiser throws to first. And now Will Still Davis. There goes Davis. Sosha won't even throw. So Davis has his 16th steal. Only stole 35. He always struck me as a guy. I might do it again. Kind of like Canseco in that way, that he had the power, and you just kind of wonder why he wasn't a 40-40 player. He's going to go again. Sosha throws down to third. Hamilton tries to get the tag on him, and that's a stolen base. So he has stolen 2 in this at-bat and 17 on the year. So with a 2-0 count to O'Neill, the Reds are literally trying to steal a run here. They trail 3-0 in the bottom of the second. Hershiser's pitch into right center. Shelby going back, way back there, and it's a 1-run game. Paul O'Neill is homered, and just like that, it's 3-2. For O'Neill, that's his 8th of the year. And for Hershiser, that's the 9th he's given up. Orel got too much of the plate there, and O'Neill made him pay into the seats in the first deck, or the second deck, above the batting eye, in right center. And I'll put you guys to sleep already. So here's Leon Durham. He came over on May 19th and will leave July 9th. I wonder why. Did he go back to Chicago? The Bull hitting .273, no homers and 5 RBI. Ground ball to Sachs. Steve has it, flips it to Stubbs, and Durham is out on a bang-banger. That was closer than it should have been. Here's Treadway hitting .257, 2 homers and 22 RBI. In the right or left field, Gibson in the alley makes the catch, and there's 2 out. So here's Terry McGriff hitting .220, no homers and 3 RBI. O'Neill's home run looming large now because it makes it a 1-run game. Line drive to Hamilton. Jeff is there, and that will retire the side. So Paul O'Neill's 2-run homer to right center have the Reds on the board, or has the Reds on the board. 2 runs, a hit, no errors. We go to the third here in Cincinnati. It's the Dodgers 3, the Reds 2. So Stubbs, Gibson, and Marshall to face Robinson here in the third. Franklin doubled and scored in the first. He's 1 for 1. Up the middle, Treadway has it on the pit, throws to Durham for the out, 1 away. So after that awful first, Robinson has retired 5 straight. Here's Gibson. Gibby walked, stole his 18th base, and scored. Walks again. Full count fastball below the knees. How you doing, Mr. John? So here's Mike Marshall, who struck out his first time up. Robinson's going to be lucky to go 5. Popped up left side. Larkin on the turf. 2 out for Shelby, who had that 2-run single in the first. So far, so good. Glad to hear. Dodgers got 3 in the first, highlighted by a Shelby single, and Paul O'Neill homered a moment ago to make it 3-2. There goes Gibson to throw down to Larkin, and Kirk has his second steal of the day and 19 on the replay. So 3-2 Dodgers, runner in scoring position, and a 1-ball count to Shelby. Struck him out. He got him to chase a 1-2 curve. So the Dodgers have left on 2 now. No runs, no hits, no errors. And we go to the bottom of the third here in Cincinnati. The Dodgers still lead it 3-2. So Robinson, Larkin, and Collins to face Hershiser here in the third. Ron is not a bad hitter. 6 for 20, hitting .300 with 4 runs. Struck him out. Hershiser got him to chase, so 1-2 fastball. So opening 9 for Hershiser, 32 pitches. Let's go Redlegs. 2 1/3. The home run to O'Neill is the lone hit. A walk and 2 strikeouts. Larkin is 0 for 1. And there's a base hit right center field. Shelby will cut it off, and Larkin has a single. Ask John Franco about the end of yesterday's. How we doing? You're up 3-2. The end of that Pirate-Met game. Oh, that was something else, wasn't it? Here's Collins. He struck out his first time up. Hershiser throws to first, and Larkin is back. Slow chopper to Anderson, has to run in for it. Goes to Sachs for 1, and Collins is going to reach as the throw from second is late. So 2 out. I think the Dodgers would be glad to trade Barry Larkin for Dave Collins. There's Sabo. He's 0 for 1. Maybe not. Collins could steal. So there he goes. The throw down to Sachs, and Collins is in there for his 5th save of the year. Guess you don't get the card on the pitch out. So Collins tempted fate and stole the bag. So 1-ball count to Sabo. Hershiser struggling here in the third. 2 out. Fly ball left field. Back goes Gibson to the track, but that's playable, and that will retire the side. Reds get a hit, leave on their first runner, and that's it. No runs, a hit, and no errors. We go to the 4th here in Cincinnati. Dodgers 3, Reds 2. So Scioscia, Hamilton, and Anderson to face Robinson here in the 4th. And Scioscia had an RBI single in the first. Rips this one past Durham down the line. O'Neill will throw it in, but it's a single. I'm assuming that the McGriff that's the catcher for the Reds, John, is Fred's brother. Here's Hamilton. Jeff is 0 for 1. Scioscia, certainly not a threat to steal. Drops one down. Robinson goes to Larkin for 1, and Durham for 2. Oh, what a mistake. So Hamilton bunted one right to the mound, and Robinson does the 1-6-3 double play. 2 out. Tommy not having a good time with the dugout now. Here's Anderson. He struck out his first time up. So Robinson, for as poorly as he pitched in the first, nobody on, 2 out in the 4th. Base hit left field. Collins will cut it off, and Anderson, He is Fred's cousin, Jamie tells me. Oh, okay. It's a family affair. I kind of figured. 2 out for Hershiser, who's 0 for 1. Ground ball to Treadway. Over to Durham. For the out, and that will retire the side. So, Dodgers get a hit, and that's it. What's the deal on McGriff? On Durham. Did he go back to Chicago? After 3.5. Oh, by the way, Dodgers get 2 hits and leave a runner on. And they lead 3-2. So, here are the standings for you. In the National League East, the Mets lead is still 6.5. They still have the best record in baseball. Chances are they're going to the playoffs. But that game that we had yesterday will go down. And Pittsburgh might need that. The Cardinals, by the way, are 7.5 back. Dodgers have won 6 straight after that long losing streak, and they've chopped the Reds' lead down to 3.5. Houston and San Diego 7 and 8 back, respectively. In the American League East, are the Brewers really going to do this? They're 4 up on Detroit, they're 5 up on Boston and Toronto, and they're 6 up on the Yankees. And in the West, Minnesota leads Kansas City by 3.5, the A's by 4, and Seattle still hanging in there, but 7 games back. The Dodgers have the best batting average in the National League and the 3rd best pitching staff in the National League. The Mets' ERA went from 2.94 to 3.02 following that 9th inning yesterday. Here's Eric Davis. He has stolen 2 bases. He has walked and scored. That came in the 2nd on the O'Neill home run. Popped up. Anderson by the bag at 2nd. 1 out. Still warm here in Cincinnati. 85 degrees. No wind. If you're eating the Skyline chili, good luck. So here's O'Neill. As we said, hit his 8th of the year, his first time up, and has now driven in 33. Struck him out. So Hershiser got him to look at a curveball for strike 3 on a full count for Leon Durham, who's 0 for 1. And if you remember Leon Durham's time with the Reds, you are a better man than I, Gunga Din. Pitch to Durham. Ground ball to Sachs. Steve has it. Throws to Stubbs, and that's going to reach on an error. Sachs throws it away for his 8th error of the year, and Stubbs jumped, couldn't get it, but it doesn't reach the stands. It just kind of rolls around on the plastic, and Durham will hold it first. So 2 out for Treadway. First error for the Dodgers. Jeff is 0 for 1. Ground ball to Sachs. Over to Stubbs for the out. And so no harm, no foul. No runs, no hits, and 1 error. We go to the 5th here in Cincinnati. It's the Dodgers 3, the Reds 2. So Robinson probably in his last inning. 78 pitches, 18 batters, 4 innings, 5 hits. All 3 runs are earned. He's walked 2 and struck out 3. Sachs is 0 for 2. Did I see correctly, speaking of fast games, that the Red Sox and Guardians played a game in 1:49 last night? Ground ball to Durham. Leon takes it to the bag for the out. So 1 away for Stubbs. Franklin 1 for 2. Doubled and scored in the first. The last time there was a game that quick was Armando Galarraga's should have been perfect game. Stubbs popped up. Larkin makes the catch. 2 out for Kirk Gibson. Gibby has walked twice, stolen 2 bases, and scored. Ground ball to Larkin. Over to Durham. And that will retire the side halfway home on a rainy day here in Burlington. Dodgers 3, Reds 2. Big one here at Riverfront. If you joined us late, here's how we got here. 3-2 Dodgers lead. They got all three of their runs in the first. John Shelby, a 2-run single to make it 2-0. And then Mike Scioscia singled home Shelby to make it 3-0. In the second, Paul O'Neill, a 2-run bomb to right center field, his 8th of the year, to make it 3-2 Dodgers. So the Reds have made this a 1-run game. Oral Hershiser, both the runs are earned, 2 hits through 4. The home run, a walk, and 3 strikeouts. Robinson's day is done. 5 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs all earned. He walked 2 and struck out 3. So Fred's cousin Terry was 0 for 1. Fly ball, right center. Shelby, 1 out. And so Robinson's day will be done. Who can hit a righty? Keeping the home fires burning, Cal Daniels. Cal is a pinch hitter, more than likely 2 for 3 with an RBI. Overall, hitting .301, 8 homers and 40 RBI. You guys are awful quiet today. Pitch to Cal. Ground ball to Hershiser. Fantastic play. First base side of the rubber. And that'll do it. So that's 2 out. Hershiser, we told you in the start, is a good fielder, and that's his 5th great play. So 2 out for Larkin. Hershiser, 18 batters, 60 pitches, 4 2/3, 2 hits. A home run to O'Neill, a walk, and 3 strikeouts. Larkin 1 for 2 with a single. Scotty's going to go see some goats. Going to go take a long drive down the I-5. Pitch to Larkin. Popped up. Scioscia will make the catch, and that'll do it. So after 5, no runs, no hits, and no errors. Still, it's the Dodgers 3, the Reds 2. So we got for long relief. Oh, can't go with Rio because he's starting the next game. Bertzis, I probably could go with. Or Frank Williams. I think Sarah thinks that I called for her. I didn't call. No. Was it me? I'm in the middle of a stream. Do. Sarah fell asleep and heard me call for her. You guys can vouch for me that I didn't, right? Gonna have to go with Tim Bertzis here. Bertzis will make his first start of the year coming up. So 28 years old, fastball 89, and a standard pitcher. He's 2-2 with an earned run average of 664. Pitched 2 2/3 innings of relief against the Astros 3 days ago and took the loss in a 1-0 game. 45 pitches, 3 hits, a run it was earned, and a strikeout. Overall for Tim, 20 1/3, 18 hits, 15 runs all earned. He gave up the home run to the Astros on the 16th. He's walked 12 and struck out 13. I'm assuming he's over from Oakland. No other changes. Collins is actually a pretty good fielder in left. So Marshall, Shelby, and Socha here in the sixth. The Dodgers lead it 3-2. Mike is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. How often do you see the goats, Scotty? Fly ball, right center field. O'Neill will track that one down on the track. 1 out. Not great English, Ron. Here's John Shelby. John 1 for 2. He has singled, driven in 2. That came in the first. A run scored and a strikeout. Struck him out. Burtsis got him on an 0-2 curve swinging. So 2 out for Socha. See what the Dodgers do here if they bring in Dempsey. Mike has singled twice and driven in a run. Oh, by the way, Digital Diamond's 2024 version, I think it's version 12, comes out tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. You can find it on Steam. That's Friday if you're watching later. Fly ball, left field. Collins will make the catch, and that'll do it. So a good inning from Burtsis. Reds get the Dodgers in order. No runs, no hits, no errors. Bottom of the sixth here at Riverfront. Dodgers 3, Reds 2. Speaking of Collins, he'll lead off the sixth. Sabo and Davis to follow. Hershiser cruising right along. Ground ball to Orel, right side of the mound, and Collins is going to reach. Hershiser never threw it. I think by the time that Hershiser got it, Collins was pretty much 80 feet down the line, and he knew that throwing it or rushing a throw could only lead to Collins taking an extra base. So here's Sabo. Chris is 0 for 2. Throw to first, and Collins is back. Hard to believe. I mean, we said at the beginning that the Dodgers have won 6 straight. That the team in first place, it's a must-win game for them. But the Dodgers have momentum. Gets away from Socha, and Collins moves up 90 on the wild pitch. So the 1-2 found the dirt. And so the count now to Sabo is 2-2, and the tying run is in scoring position. Nobody out. Sabo, fly ball, right field. Marshall, that's hooking, but Marshall will make a play on it. He's got it. Collins will tag. The long throw from Marshall, they're going to try and get him, is a direct throw. Collins doesn't seem to be moving fast enough. Did they get him? They got him. Oh, a double play. So 9-9-5 on that. A good catch from Marshall all the way over in the corner in right field. Collins had a pretty good chance to get third, but he got a bad jump, and Marshall with a strike to throw him out. That'll bring up Eric Davis, who has stolen 2 bases. He has walked, scored, and is 0 for 1. So Hershiser, just a wry smile from him, just in case you're wondering about the goats. Didn't mean to leave you hanging with that. The goats are scheduled once a month through October, so 7 trips. And lots of mentions of uniforms at ball games. Pitch to Davis. Fly ball, right field. Marshall is going to leap and can't get it. So that's out of play, and the count is 2-2. Struck him out. That's 4 for Hershiser, and we're through 6. No runs, a hit, no errors. And after 6, it is still 3-2 L.A. So Hamilton, Anderson, and Hershiser to face Burtsis here in the 7th. Jeff, 0 for 2, is grounded into a double play. To third, Sabo by the bag over to Durham for the out. So here's Dave Anderson. Dave 1 for 2 is singled and struck out. Ground ball to third. Sabo over to Durham. Again for the out. So 2 out for Hershiser, who's 0 for 2. So Burtsis, clean inning in 2/3 so far. Base hit right field. O'Neill will throw it back in. 6 hit for the Dodgers here. 2 out, top the 7th, and here's Sachs. Steve is 0 for 3. Dodgers trying to get to within 2.5 of the Reds. And Burtsis pulls an 88 and balks on a 2-2. Rose has a few unkind words for Angel Hernandez behind the plate. But Angel's so used to it, he just has cotton in his ears. So 2-2 the count to Sachs. Hershiser with great speed for a pitcher. He's average. Could probably score on a base hit. Burtsis deep breath and deals. Ground ball right side. Pretty shallow into right. O'Neill has it. Hershiser digging around third. O'Neill with a strike to McGriff at the plate. And Hershiser is in there. It got away from McGriff, and Sachs moves up 90. The throw was close, but bounced away from McGriff. And the Dodgers go up 4-2. Scotty says, as Stubbs steps in 1 for 3, a double and a run scored. He's got a suitcase full of card and dice stuff. And then your laptop, too. Some imagine some hockey blast. What's your baseball card and dice game of choice? Pitch to Stubbs. Base hit, right center field. Davis is going to get it. Stubbs is into second, standing with a double. His second of the day, and the Dodgers have a 5-2 lead. I'd say they were in the process of breaking it open, but we all watched yesterday. Here's Gibson. Kirk is 0 for 1. He has stolen 2 and walked twice. They throw back to second. Treadway puts on the tag, and Stubbs is there. So 2 out, runner on second. Dodgers a 2 spot here in the 7th. Fly ball right field. O'Neill been busy in the corner. Stretch time, 5-2 Dodgers. So 2 runs, 3 hits in the air, and the Dodgers have a 3-run cushion. And you look over Hershiser's stats as O'Neill digs in, and you think that Orel hasn't pitched great, but here he is, 6 innings, 3 hits, and 2 runs. That's a quality start. O'Neill took him deep in the second for his 8th and drove in 2. Slow chopper to Stubbs. Hershiser goes to grab the throw from Franklin, and there's 1 out. So here's Leon Durham. He is 0 for 2. Popped up. Sosha. Foul territory. Doffs the mask. 2 out. For Treadway, who's 0 for 2. Ground ball to Sachs. Steve's got it. Throws to Stubbs, and that'll do it. So the Reds go in order in the 7th, and Hershiser's got a 3-hitter going. We go to the 8th, 5-2 Dodgers. So Marshall, Shelby, and Sosha to face Burtsis here in the 8th. Be Burtsis' last inning. He is due to bat second in the bottom of the inning. Still Stratton, 65, is his And the suitcase is Soccer Blast, History Maker Golf, and Glory Days Boxing. Anthony, who we're going to have on the show at some point, releasing a new set of boxers in the near future. Baseball is mostly OOTP these days for the ease of stat keeping. You're not lazy. By the way, you heard me say that Digital Diamond 12 comes out tomorrow. Marshall strikes out. Second for Burtsis. A full count curveball got him on the outside corner. So here's Shelby John, 1 for 3. He is single, driven in 2, scored, and has struck out twice. And Rick Dempsey's going to pinch hit. He's driven in 2 of the 5 runs. No. Burtsis struck him out. It's not nice not to listen to the computer, Ron. Got him to chase an 0-2 curve. Here's Sosha. Now, if they want to pinch hit for Sosha, I would consider that. 2 out. Sosha 2 for 3. 2 singles and an RBI. Shelby's a switch hitter. I don't understand that logic. Sosha stays in the game, hits a ground ball to Treadway. Jeff throws it to Durham. Burtsis can now prep for his first start, and Mickey Hatcher's going to play right for the Dodgers. We've played 7 full here at Riverfront. Dodgers 5, Reds 2. Or 7.5. Hatcher a 5 and a 9. Isn't that a reverse Dolly Parton? So McGriff, pinch hitter, and Larkin to face Hershiser here in the 8th. Terry is 0 for 2. Struck him out. 5 for Hershiser. A 2-2 fastball. Got him looking. So who can hit a righty? Nick Osaski. Nick does not have a pinch hit, hitting .303 overall, 10 homers, and 33 RBI. 5 runs, 8 hits, and error for the Dodgers. They have left on 4. The Reds, 2 runs, 3 hits, and error, and they live left on 2. Osaski, ground ball to third. Hamilton gobbles it up. Good play over to Stubbs for the out. So 2 away. Hamilton makes his 3rd great play of the year at third, as opposed to 4 poor ones. So here's Larkin, 27 batters deep for Hershiser, 89 pitches, 7 2/3, 3 hits, the home run to O'Neill in the 2nd, a walk and 5 strikeouts. And that is Oral Hershiser mid-80s baseball all the way through. He is 4 outs away from his 7th win of the year. Pitch to Larkin, 1 for 3. Barry slaps one down to third. Hamilton throws it across the way. And Larkin is going to reach because it's thrown away. So for Hamilton, it's his 4th error of the year. And Larkin will hold it first. It was a low throw. It skipped off that sliding pit they have at first and skipped around. So here's Collins. Dave is 1 for 3. He has singled, stolen a base, and struck out. Larkin does not go, and Collins strikes out on a 1-2 changeup. Got him swinging. So we go to the 9th here in Cincinnati, and baby, if he ever wondered, it's the Dodgers 5, the Reds 2. So Osaski will stay in the game in the 9-hole and play first base. Frank Williams, 24th appearance. He's matched his real-life record. He's 3-2. 2.75 ERA, 30 years old, fastball at 93 and a standard pitcher. Faced the Astros a couple nights ago and got the loss. 2/3 of an inning and a 4-3 loss. 19 pitches, a earned run, and a hit. He walked 2. Overall for Frank, 19 and 2/3, 17 hits, 8 runs, 6 earned. He walked 14 and has struck out 17. So Hamilton, Anderson, and Hershiser here in the 9th. Jeff is 0 for 3. Osaski, by the way, is a 4 at first. Pitch to Hamilton. Fly ball left field. Collins in the corner. And makes the catch. You know what he could do? He could feel it coming in the air tonight. 79 degrees here in Cincinnati. Dave Anderson 1 for 3. He has singled and struck out. I have a feeling there should have been a nice drum solo after that bad joke. Ground ball to third. Sabo's got it. Over to Osaski. 2 out. For Hershiser, who I would imagine would bat here. He's 1 for 3. Pitch count wise at 95. He singled and scored. That came in the 7th. Stays in the game. Ground ball to Larkin. Barry from the dirt. Throws to Osaski. And that'll do it. So a clean inning from Williams. No runs, no hits, and no errors. We go to the bottom of the 9th here in Cincinnati. It's the Dodgers 5, the Reds 2. And so the Reds need 3 to tie and 4 to win. Sabo, Davis, O'Neill, and if any of them should reach, a pinch hitter. Sabo was 0 for 3. Base hit over Sachs. And the Reds get a good start here in the 9th. So here's Eric Davis. Eric is 0 for 2. He has walked, struck out, stolen 2 bases, and scored. What are Dave and I are discussing caps in games. How real do you how real is real? Do you hold a running back to his season long, for instance? If his season long was 22, do you cap it there, or do you give him the full Monty or whatever the play is? Throw to first, and Sabo is back. I hope we tape tomorrow. Pitch or throw back to first, and Sabo's back. So Hershiser worried about Sabo. There he goes. Sosha throws it down to Sachs, and Sabo has his 25th steal of the year. So a 1-strike count to Davis. And Hershiser needs to worry more about the batter at the plate, than what Sabo's doing behind him. Ground ball, left side, base hit. So Sabo will, what's he going to do with Gibson? He's going to round third and make Gibson throw home. The throw goes in the infield, and it's now a 5-3 game. So Tommy doing some tossing and turning in the Dodgers dugout. Here's O'Neill. Paul homered in the second. Up until Davis' single a moment ago, Paulie had driven in both the red runs. He is 1 for 3. Scotty likes the Caps to match the teams in his baseball sims. Does that help? Yes. Yes, it does. Please post that on the Facebook group. Davis with good speed already has 2 steals. So O'Neill is the tying run. Sosha wants to know where Hershiser's mind is at. Hershiser says, I'm a bulldog. Slow chopper to short. Anderson to Sachs for 1. O'Neill is going to reach as the throw is late. So they get the Speedy Davis for O'Neill. Williams not going to bat. Lloyd McClendon will pinch hit. Hitting .500 as a pinch hitter. Now he'll have to come in and catch. If the game is extended, Lloyd at 207, no homers and 4 RBI. There's not much I'm kind of anal about with stuff, but I agree with you. I like the logos to match. In the left, Gibson, 2 out. O'Neill goes back to first, so last chance saloon for the Reds. Dodgers lead at 5-3. Hershiser looking for the complete game. Jeff Treadway is 0 for 3. They really don't have anybody else that can hit. So Treadway stays in the game. Pitch from Hershiser. Ground ball to Orel. Throws to first, and the Dodgers have won 7 straight. They beat the Reds 5-3. And Midlife Crisis is going to drive up to where I live and chuck whatever it is he drives at me. So 2 hours and 48 fake minutes. The Dodgers go to 39-31. 5 runs, 8 hits, 2 errors. And they leave on 4. 3 runs, 5 hits, an error for the Reds. They fall to 42-29. Imagine that, the Dodger fan rooting for the Dodgers. And they left on 4. Orel Hershiser goes to 7. Rigged. I knew he'd say something. Hershiser goes to 7-5. He goes the distance, 5 hits, 3 runs all earned, a home run, a walk, and 6 strikeouts. Could have thrown 146 pitches. Ron Robinson did the best that he could. He actually had plus stuff. 1 bad inning. Yes, 6 stolen bases. It's an 80s game, can't you tell? I got my shoulder pads and some poofy hairspray for the next one. 5 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs for Robinson, all earned. He walked 2 and struck out 3. Burtz's 3 innings, 3 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned, and struck out 3, and Williams the clean 9th. Yep, 6 stolen bases, 4 by the Reds, 2 from Gibson in the same at bat. Davis stole 2, Dave Collins stole his 5th, and Sabo his 25th, and Scioscia has allowed 55 stolen bases through June 24th. All right, let's do the rest of this Saturday or rest of this day in baseball for you. The lead is 2.5. Mets beat the Cubs 4-3. David Cone 8-2 now. Calvin Schiraldi 1-8. Andre Dawson, 2 for 4, his 10th and drives in 2. Braves beat the Padres 2-1. Pete Smith 5-6. Eric Chow falls to 4-7. Marvell win 3 for 4. That's his 4th. Montreal beats Pittsburgh. Yeah, that was a tight one, Jamie. All right, 1-0. Denny Martinez goes to 7-6. Jeff Robinson 3-1, and Tim Burke gets his 12th save. Toronto beats the Tigers 6-1. Todd Stottlemyre 4-4. Walt Terrell 5-3. Jesse Barfield 2 for 3 is 6th and drives in 3. Cleveland beat the Yankees 7-5. How about that? Tom Candiotti 7-8. Richard Dotson 2-7. Mike Pagliarulo 2 for 4 is 10th and drives in 3. And in an absolute nail biter at Fenway, I'm not sure how you could get any closer than this. The Red Sox pound out 19 hits. Clemens strikes out 11, walking 2. Dwight Evans 3 hits, a homer. He drives in 5. Wade Boggs goes 3 for 5 with 2 doubles. And the Red Sox barely, and I mean barely, hang on, 17-0 over the Orioles. Don't lose any sleep over that. Giants beat the Astros 6-2. Kelly Downs 6-6. Nolan Ryan 4-9. Jose Uribe 2 for 4 with his 4th and a stolen base. In 10, Philly beat the Cardinals 6-5. Moore 2-0. Scott Terry 7-2. Tony Pena 3 for 5, his 9th of the year, and drives in 2. Rangers commit 4 errors. The White Sox beat them 7-1. Melito Perez 6-6. Charlie Huff 5-7. Harold Baines, the Hall of Famer, 2 for 3. hits his fifth and drives in two. Minnesota and Oakland, which I think is your game tomorrow, or on Monday. Minnesota beats them 4-3. Blyleven 6-6. Storm Davis 7-5. Gary Gaetti hits his 18th, goes 2 for 4 and drives in 3. California 4-2 over the Brewers. Chuck Finley 6-4. Are the Giants still in the league? No. Wegman 5-5 and opened up a grocery store. Wally Joyner 3 for 4. And last but not least, Kansas City 4, Seattle 2. Bannister 6-7, Moore 6-6, and Pat Tabler 5 for 5, a homer and 2 RBI. And it is indeed Minnesota and Oakland for you on Monday at noon Eastern, 9 Pacific. Alan Anderson, and Bob Welch. On Wednesday, I gotta pick games here, don't I? Who do we got? San Francisco, Atlanta? No. Dodgers, Hershiser, and Ryan. No, actually, I think I'm going to go with Milwaukee and Oakland. It was a good game. I'm glad you enjoyed it. So let's pick out some games. So Milwaukee and Oakland is the Wednesday game. Then we're into July. Oakland, Toronto. Ooh. That looks to be the game. And then on the 1st, Ron Guidry's debut. Isn't that interesting? All right, no, we're not going to go with that. Not a lot of great choices there, are there? No, in the real season, the O's were 20 and 52. No, I mean, 23 and 49. It'll all catch up. We'll take Hurst and Saberhagen. And so, by the way, I guess we're 2 weeks away from our 4th of July doubleheader. And what have we taken? Oakland and Cleveland, Cincinnati, and the Mets. I think we're going to swap out Oakland, Cleveland for Seattle and Detroit. So there you go. The 4th of July is coming, and so is the All-Star break. So for now, thank you all so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the final score here. The Dodgers win. And so we'll talk to you soon. Have a good one, everybody. So long.